Welcome to Chalkboards to Cash Flow, the podcast for educators and everyday professionals who want to build wealth through real estate without quitting their day job. I'm your host, Michelle, a full-time teacher who started investing in real estate to create more freedom, more security, and a better future for my family. If you've ever felt like your paycheck isn't enough or wondered if someone like you could really invest in property, this show is for you. Each week, we break down real stories, practical tips, and strategies to help you take that first step, even if you're starting small. Let's build something better together. Hey everyone, welcome back to Chalkboards to Cash Flow, the podcast for teachers and other educators building wealth through real estate. Today's guest is a shining example of what's possible. Barbara spent decades in the classroom and now manages 4 rental properties in her retirement. We're going to talk about how she built her portfolio, what life is like now, and what she wishes she had done sooner. Barbara, can you tell us a little about yourself? What did you teach when you were teaching?
I taught middle school, 7th and 8th grade special ed for 18 years.
18 years, wow. What inspired you to start real estate investing?
Actually, my son had bought our first rental property, which was a condo, and he decided he didn't want it any longer, and we decided to take it over. So that was our first rental property.
Can you give us a quick snapshot of your real estate portfolio now?
Well, we have a duplex, we have a condo, and we have 2 rental houses.
Wow, that's a lot. Where are most of your portfolio located?
Placer in Sacramento County.
Okay, good. So are you managing them yourself or have you hired someone?
We do both. We manage them and we have professional property managers.
What do you like better? Which one is working?
I like to pick the tenants myself, but the property managers do better at the inspections and qualifying the people. They have strict rules.
Definitely. Okay. So you talked about your first property that came about because your son didn't want to live in condo anymore. What about your second property?
The second property was a duplex that we bought for my son to live in half of it and rent out the other half so that we would be able to keep his rent low and still be close to a positive cash flow.
Good. Okay. That's a good strategy. Live in half and rent the other half.
Correct.
And your last 2 properties, how did those come about?
We sold a property my mother had, and we had to reinvest the profits in that property. So we did 2
1031 exchanges.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So a 1031 exchange is when you sell a rental property and buy another rental property with it. And there are a lot of rules to follow.
And timing to follow.
A lot of timing to follow. Yes. Okay. How has real estate changed your retirement?
Well, the good part is our homes are increasing in equity.
Yes.
So that's the plus side for us.
Yes. They are all in California, and California is tough to cash flow, especially right now. All right. What surprised you most about being a landlord?
Dealing with tenants, but they're not always honest. And I think we learned from that when we acquire property, we really don't want the existing tenants to be there, especially if they're deadbeat.
Okay, so you want to start fresh with tenants that you have vetted.
Yeah, that's
okay.
The best way to go.
Good idea. For teachers who are still in the classroom, what advice do you have?
Well, if they're loving what they're doing, I don't have any advice, but if they're kind of stale and not knowing if they want to stay in the classroom, I would tell them if they've been in business in class for 5 to 10 years, time to change your curriculum to meet today's students. They're a lot different now than they were 5-10 years ago, and you've got to update.
Okay. What do you wish you'd done sooner in your real estate journey?
I think I would have picked one thing to specialize in and stick with that, not try to do everything.
You mean different?
Well, we always wanted to do rental housing and kind of like the lower end for first-time home buyers.
Mm-hmm.
but I would have either specialized in the purchasing of the property or the selling of the property to find my clients. I wouldn't do both.
Okay. I forgot you were actually a real estate agent as well, and you got your license a long time ago.
Right.
I mean, you're not currently practicing now, but I
No.
forgot about that whole thing.
Oh.
Quick answers. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Do you have a favorite book?
I like Mike Perry's books. They were always encouraging to me in real estate.
Mike Perry?
Mike Perry.
Oh, Mike Perry. Okay.
Kind of motivating.
Okay. Best lesson from your worst tenant.
The worst tenant was in the property when we acquired it, and they were going through a divorce, and husband moved out, and she was with a daughter, and we let her stay. And she stopped paying rent 6 months to get her out. So that was a bad thing. We don't want to be without
No, that
rent
is tough.
for 6 months.
That is tough. There are some states, and California is one of them, that is more tenant-friendly than landlord-friendly at this time.
Right.
All right. Anything that you would do? Well, we talked about what you do differently. Favorite way to unwind now that you're retired?
Well, if I'm home, I like to go in my yard. If we're not home, I like to go to the beach.
Very nice. And this is your beautiful yard.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey. You're proof that it's never too late to start. Before we go, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I'm good.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much. If this episode gave you a little inspiration, don't forget to follow, leave a review, and join us in the Classroom to Cashflow Facebook group. Until next time. Thanks for listening to Chalkboards to Cashflow, where we turn real estate dreams into real life wins for teachers and everyday investors. If this episode helped you feel a little more confident or inspired, make sure to follow, leave a review, and share with a friend. And don't forget to join our free Facebook group, Chalkboards to Cashflow, where we support each other every step of the way. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing. And remember, you don't need to be rich to start. You just need to start.